Alright, we're back. Looks like the integration has worked. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. Alright, so do we already... Oh no, we have to start from here? Shit. Alright.
Tequila.
So we already have the cocaine skull, so pretty much there's nothing to be done except that last trap. Okay, cool. I just wandered around a whole bunch. I didn't find anything new from my wanderings, so that's good. Yo, can we move faster? Trap.
It takes you a moment. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but...
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that someone or something may have messed with the trap.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
But what if it was the phasmid? What if it ate them and got out?
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We're not cryptozoologists. We're cops.
Right, we have more important things to look for, like the cocaine skull.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hyamdal burning.
Sniff the t-shirt.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
That's a rad Men from Hyamdal t-shirt you've got there.
Hell yeah, man. I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just pure exemplar.
You must be a serious Man from Hyamdal fan.
A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I do think the Hyamdalaman saga is an integral part of our shared reality. Most people don't think that the man from Hyamdal really existed, but they're wrong.
What did you mean the man from Hyamdal was real?
I mean, even if the man from Hjelmdal didn't exist before the adventure novels, the stories have made it so that he has. It's simple, really.
Okay.
You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Kotla, though not quite as far north as the Hjelmdal, and watched northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there.
His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but its logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting.
How much are you selling this t-shirt for?
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
Couldn't you just... Well, cool, I'll think about it.
You should.
Okay, I thought it over, and I want to buy the t-shirt.
Welcome to Hjelmdal, officer.
Alright. -2 to authority? Alright, whatever. Let's have a look at the shirt. Looks pretty sweet. But I'm not going to keep that on. Physical instrument +1 shivers. That's if I want to be strong.
All the old boomboxes are there, blinking and waiting to whirl. All but one. Yours.
Okay.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
Alright, I'm going to need an interface check, but before we do that, I'm going to just equip my interfacing gloves here. Let's see. Cool. Alright. You guys ready? I need a +1 to motorics in 5
You see
seconds.
rows
please.
of toy soldiers
All right,
guarding
5,
the rest of the trinkets
4,
displayed on the table.
3,
Some on horseback,
2,
others in rags,
1,
others yet in bright blue uniforms.
go.
All are stern and unyielding in their duty.
So I need a +1 to the interfacing and -1 to whatever else. Or no, motorics. Yeah, interfacing is under motorics or motoric. Nice, 92%. Thank you, chat room. Dig up a truly cool figurine in the box under the table.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say foul.
Tracksuit, headless man. Doom Spiral told us a story about the headless phone rider.
Indeed. I think I even have his cap somewhere down here. A tiny miniature phone cap to go with it. Yours for 50 cents.
He doesn't elaborate on what that means. It's unlikely that he will. The lieutenant studies the figurine with amusement. Cool rider, right? I knew we'd find something worthwhile here. Buy it.
Purchased the headless phone rider and his cap.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Thank you so much, dude. You have no idea how much this means to me. Alright. That's pretty much it for purchasables in here. I think maybe
You see rows of toys sold, big men on big
Frank on agent.
a long, long time ago.
yeah, there's nothing to buy from each of those. There's just this thing left to buy.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Can't buy it. Alright. Alright. I don't know if that light ever needs to be purchased for something, but it does have my curiosity. Revachol is pronounced Revachol. Oranje is pronounced Oranje. Classier is pronounced Classier. That made my neck hurt. Alright, we had a reason to talk to this guy. Oh wait, that tree is illuminating.
The hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. Bronze-colored ribbons of magnetic tape are caught in its branches, fluttering in the breeze. Just like promised, you've stood here for what seems like eons, guzzling the sickly fumes of lorries and carriages.
Oh shit. I was looking for a piece of tape in a tree. Let me leave. Alright. I have a really low chance on this though. My interfacing is only +1. Alright, maybe we should do some speed. I only have one use of my speed left, though. Oh, but I have 2. I have Saint Baptiste. Man, I'm low on speed. Cool. You guys ready?
The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane. A wintry breeze blows by, making the magnetic tape flutter.
Actually, one of the things I can do, I have a ton of extra skill points. Interfacing seems pretty important. Let's give it a level up. Alright. Alright guys, I'm gonna need a +1 to interfacing, please. Okay, so in 5 seconds. Into Motorix again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom, interfacing. Motorix. +1 to Motorix, -1 to something else. We got speed on our side, so we can definitely do this. And then with the voices in my head, that's you guys, we'll be able to get it done. Thank you.
With slow and deliberate motions, pulling, bending, and unraveling, you manage to extricate the magnetic tape from the branches. It curls up into a mess inside your pocket. If only you could find a way to re-spool it, so that you could hear what's on the tape. Maybe Roy from the pawn shop can help you with this.
What's the tape for?
It's for Egghead. I promised to make his Van X gem a bit more harder. Maybe this tape can help.
How? It's broken and unspooled. Do you think your new buddy knows how to fix it?
I'd think at least one of the ravers would know how to fix a broken tape if they want to set up a nightclub.
You could also get it fixed at the pawn shop across the street. We shouldn't waste our time.
Good idea. He might have the tools. The tape projector in the pawn shop uses similar tape.
Good iPhone.
Patting the tree reveals a small sticker which has almost been worn to oblivion. It reads, RCM Emergencies Desk, number 8102. Underneath a slogan, Mankind, be vigilant. The gnarled hawthorn tree on Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane endures the wintry gusts with ease.
Alright, I don't want to punch the tree, it's gonna hurt. Dive. Alright, cool. I can, like, examine these things? Or is that just...
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Stylish shades, huh? They'd be even more stylish if you paid for them with net worth. Go over and ask him.
Oh, these might be worth it. Electrochemistry, perception. Let me leave for now. Hang on.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy.
If he really wants to save the economy, he'd let you pay with net worth. Go over and ask him if you can.
Wait, he keeps telling me to do the network
You
thing.
see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra series.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth. A pair of found ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest found sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
Only? That's madness. Found Ultra. Wear the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine.
+1 reaction speed, +1 hand-eye coordination.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable Found Ultras atop them. A small heat emboss on the veneer reads, "Solidarity aid from the People's Republic of Samara." The speakers themselves don't seem to display any magical qualities.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
What about speaker, poor little speakers?
No, don't pity them, officer. These are old Samaran garbage. Don't even look at them. Check out these super cool, fun ultras instead.
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can't I just buy the sad conquered Samaran speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
But I need some speakers.
Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground. If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Alright, let's try it. Persuade him to give you some money. But why do I want him to give me some money? So I can buy his shit merchandise? I'll leave you to it for now. I mean, I have a ton of clothes. They're not bad clothes though, they're bonuses I could use. Let's go, we have to go back here and figure out the, I just don't have an immediate need for anything there necessarily, I don't think. I thought I had to do something with him though. I'll have to check my quest log. For now, let's talk to Roy.
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
The boombox I bought should play this tape, right?
Of course. It's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. It all starts with the tape.
Hang on, I want to ask him this again. I wanted to ask about my missing gun again.
Sure thing.
Have people from Everett Clare's Union come here to track that gun?
Maybe. Shady looking guys came in here yesterday. Looking like they'd just taken off their Wild Pines overalls.
Oh, Wild
They
Pines.
asked if I have a police weapon to sell. I told them
Oh.
I already sold it.
Are Wild Pines messing with me?
They went their way. It was a trip. But you know, all sorts of people come here. asking for all sorts of things.
Maybe Claire really is tracking down your gun.
People as oleaginous as Everard seem like they're lying, even when they're really being truthful.
Yeah, that's true. Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Maybe she's a vigilante, wants to prove she can do our jobs better than we can.
It's possible in these parts of town. We ought to find her and discourage her from taking justice into her own hands.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it right now. You'll just have to hope Everard wasn't lying, and the Union can track her down in time.
Thanks for the review. Let's talk about something else.
Sure, man.
Aye, do you know how to fix this?
You mean re-spool it? Yeah, I do, but...
Great. Could you do it, please? This is important. I need to be able to play this tape for someone.
But I'm not some Mr. Fix-It. I'm a pawnbroker. If you want to pawn the tape, sure. Although it looks pretty... worthless.
Just explain why you need this so much. He's bound to understand.
Worthless? It's not worthless, Roy. This could be the next big thing for the local dance music scene.
Huh? What do you mean?
Do you know that old church down the coast?
Yes. What about it?
I met some young ravers near the place. They want to turn the church into a nightclub and play some weird neo-disco beats there. They call it anodic dance music. I promised to help them with that.
Is it any good? The music, I mean.
No, that's the thing. You can't believe how unbelievably thin the beat is. There's nothing to it, no bass. It goes zut zut zut. But this tape could make it hardcore.
Man, you're really invested in this. Okay, I'll help you out. It's going to take a moment, though, so just sit back and relax.
You take some time to look around the store. The play of visuals all around the pawn shop is mesmerizing. Suddenly, Roy turns back to you with a reel of tape in his hand and coughs. You know these visuals would look super cool in the church.
Oi, those visuals you've got here would look great in the church.
Yeah, I bet they would. All those lights in a massive church hall. A sanctuary filled with hand-picked positive photons. There would be no room for sadness in such a place. It's a brilliant vision.
There's a but, isn't there? There's always a but.
But
I rather like it here, too. So yeah, I'm not giving you my projector. This tape is all I can do for you and your friend's nightclub project.
Looks like he really means it.
wait, this took more than a few moments. That was at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Respooling isn't that difficult. Although I had to mend the tape in a few places. Anyhow, it's yours now.
Well, thanks for the help.
Yeah, my pleasure. I'll do what I can for true passion projects. Just try not to use this tape for negative photon emissions. Take responsibility. Okay.
You got it, bud. I have other business to take care of now. Alright, I think I'm done here. I think Roy is my favorite NPC. Just don't use it irresponsibly now. No negative photon emissions. Only positive emissions filled with love. Alright, what do we do next? I feel like I have so many open inquiries. We can go find out about... So, since we got that tape worked out, though... Oh no, I have to equip a tape to be able to hear it. So I can't equip that. Okay. Oh shit. Better save the game. This looks like trouble.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Skulls. Now there's a strong organizational title.
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches, flow bears, or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
Who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
Of course I do. I'm just testing you boys.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmetine, or the Besmeti, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
No, they really aren't. It's porno tuning. Say no to the porno.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Oh, I see you kids are into enotic dance music.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Why?
It's a threat. an impotent threat of violence.
I just wanted to talk about music, and now there's a conflict all of a sudden. It's too much.
That's right. You should back off and let silence rule supreme.
This is ridiculous. Boys, do you know why the gang is called Skulls?
Yeah. The skull symbolizes the embrace of death and nothingness, present in all of us. The vehicle of our future operations. Death and nothingness.
They're called Skulls because when you are shot dead in the middle of the street, the skull is the only part the stray dogs want to eat.
Just trust me and follow my lead.
Just trust me. Kim, maybe you shouldn't scare them like that. Or no. So boys, want to feed the dogs?
No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looks very uncomfortable. The other one shuffles uncomfortably, nevertheless continuing to steal glances at the lieutenant's motor garage.
Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Enough about this scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about the murder that took place there?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the back of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology. A field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself. However, there is no way these young men could possibly be aware of her work.
I know that you don't know shit.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
Maybe it's true. The hanged man is merely a prop in a performance. We are the audience, and the artist is hiding somewhere in the dark.
That could be the case, yes. A brilliant work of art.
The lieutenant raises an eyebrow, but does not comment.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Why does your jacket have piss written on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And I guess it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
Makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Why do you have "fuck the world" written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or are they derived from something else entirely?
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
Blow it up.
you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
Okay, I need more speed.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point. Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Kim.
Yes?
What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our path?
What are you implying?
You know what I'm implying. Which one? No. We should get these jackets.
For what?
What do people do with jackets? They wear them.
The concept of getting dressed is familiar to me, but wearing jackets like these isn't appropriate for an RCM officer, unless he's deep undercover.
But in theory, Kim, if we were to confiscate these jackets, which one would you wear?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
That works. I feel like I'm more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
We have to get these jackets, you guys. This is a physical thing? Well, talking with you has definitely been something. Alright, so... Oh, I can't talk to them again? Oh, shit. Oh, no. Oh, fuck, I'm safe scumming that. I should... Damn it, it's so far back. Oh, no, it isn't. Sweet. I thought maybe I'd be able to leave and buff myself for that conversation. It's gonna be a bit annoying going through all of it again. But I want that jacket. You never know what might come in handy. The thing is, I forget what it is we were looking to do. So I don't remember. Was it physical instrument or half-life? I forget now. Shit. It seemed like I had a better chance than what one would get me. I don't think it was physical instrument. Might have been physical instrument. It was electrochemistry. I think it was physical instrument. Oh, I need my authority though. It's the same difference. Alright.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were...
A snazzy shit,
Yeah,
Skulls. Now,
I can...
which is
The po-
okay then.
You...
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
the
Besma time.
The nasty...
possessing an infinite.
Ah,
No, they really aren't. It's pornotune.
Oh,
yeah.
but
For all odd, the lieutenant on your left is
Oh, man.
be wary.
It's a threat. An impotent threat of violence. This is...
Yeah.
Their co-
just trust me and follow my... No, the other one shuffles uncomfortably. Nevertheless, continue.
The...
Apart.
Don't you...
Yeah, we are. We're because we can be just as psych.
But in a non...
We'll fuck.
Right on, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Murder? Yeah,
Also, he was
yeah.
This...
Hey,
Ah, this sounds like epistem.
What if?
Maybe it's true. The hanged man.
you don't know?
It's not a question. Don't get
The
Oops.
skull
Besma time.
The nastiest...
possessing an inf.
They usually...
Ah,
No, they really aren't. It's pornotuning. See...
What about them? Well, the word also, you've got what I.
It seems that the young.
like I said,
I'm one.
to catch a fish, you'll need to... You get... Because...
Hate to admit. Is it a coincidence?
Yes? Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Seems about right.
That's an origin.
So are we done here? Or
Oh, it's
you
half-light.
don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Alright, I need a half-light boost. If you guys are still hanging out, watching me play. I need a boost to half... It was half-light, what it was. So +1 to half-light, physique, -1 to something else. In 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. If you can. We'll try it without. If not. That's +1 to physique, -1 to something else. Sweet. Alright.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
Wait. Ow.
Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on.
Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be the Skull Kings in no time.
What? No. Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Not even prospects and already aspiring to be kings.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, we want to be cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Yes, the jackets.
Oh, man. Okay. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
Since you said you're more of a piss F kind of guy, I'll take the other one.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
Why not? They repair. We can really raise hell. Go undercover. Hard.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever. I'll take both of them then.
Do. I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with "piss" written on his back, it'll just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And "fuck the world" all on its own is, frankly, generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
To be fair, you may have saved their lives by discouraging gang action. Maybe, but I seriously just wanted the jacket. Look at this bad boy.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous?
Damn right I'm dangerous.
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
Let's try the other jacket. So this jacket gives +1 half-light, -1 rhetoric. This gives +1 drama, -1 authority. Nice. You guys like my new jacket? I mean, I agree with wanting the jackets. Hell yeah, I wanted the I just wanted them. Even though it's probably not what I'm going to be wearing because, you know, I've got an actual good shirt, I think, or something. I have so much clothes, man. Where's my plus drama jacket? Like, I don't like having minuses, that's the thing. The only plus benefits, they're not that good. I didn't know what their stats were going to be. Alright, we have lots of other things to do, though. Let's get to it.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
I need to report a dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man, height 170 to 175 centimeters, dark hair, medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence?
No, seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pockets.
Any information on the library card?
It's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Mejan.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Connect me to the Jamrock Public Library.
Hold on, officer. I've got Central Jamrock Public Library on the line, and I've already introduced you to their librarian. Connecting the call in 2, 1.
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help you, officer?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist. This is how people get when the police call.
I'm looking for any information that you can provide on Billy Mejan, a reader.
Billy Mejan, you said. Give me a moment, I'll have to check our database.
On Moreau Drive in Central Jamrock, in a darkened hall lit by orange desk lamps far away from the noise outside, a middle-aged man taps commands into an old radio computer. A printout falls on the desk. Behind him, a lonely reader scours some dusty bookshelves, looking for a paperback.
Thank you, Shivers.
Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Mejan's home address, is that alright? No phone number, unfortunately.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Yes, home address is fine.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Cape Side Apartments, it says. That's all.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
Oh, shit. Do you have any other information on Billy Mejan?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago, but I wasn't at work that day.
Do you know someone who was?
Marie? Marie? Do you remember a reader named Billy Mejan? They returned a Tybalt book the other day.
Maurice, what? A woman yells. Then, yes, okay, if it was the police.
Yes, it was my colleague Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for this new sci-fi release, Lowe's Radio City 87, but we don't have it yet.
Good. You have a name now.
So, Billy Mejan is a woman, not a man? How did your colleague know it was a husband?
Marie knows Billy. She's been working here longer than me. Sometimes her husband returns some books for her.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the lookout.
Do you know the husband's name?
Sorry, no. Marie only knows him by sight.
Can Marie describe to me what the husband looked like?
Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty sure he'd had a drink or two the last time she saw him.
What was he wearing?
1 second. Sorry, Marie wasn't really paying any attention to that.
Thank you, that's all from me. I have no other questions.
Happy we could help. Goodbye, officer.
Anything else you need from me?
I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Close the door. So you're saying if I talk to him,
Yes?
I still have to convince him of this? When Beau asks for help, there will be a bottom tab that says meditation. Click on that when Beau... Oh, you're explaining to someone how that works? So Hans, when you click the detective's face, now we'll have an encyclopedia and something else?
Yes?
Yeah, maybe you guys were talking about using the extension. Alright, let's see where we're at here on things to do. Go to Billy Majan's apartment to deliver the bad news. Right, is there a mailbox around here? The first thing I actually want to go check out is I want to see we need a dark sexy twist. Yeah. Maybe I should try and get that one done. Right now, what I'm trying to figure out is this church issue, but there's lots to do now today.
Only the red cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the black one lies next. This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner and an electric freezer. The ice around it slowly melting. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective.
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there, you can equip it to a held slot.
I'm gonna try turning the ice cream crank.
Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying, like stirring your childhood dreams. In the distance, you hear water dripping.
I think the pry bar we have is not good enough, but shouldn't the ice be melting in it? I unplugged it.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream.
Pry bar not strong enough. Okay. I think I already looked at this, right? This is the cache where I found the rifle.
A few bricks have fallen off.
I already did this one. Is the body still in here?
The bear's eyes are still glowing.
They picked it up. We got rid of it. Okay. I think I need to equip my flashlight. I wonder if I'll get hurt if I don't do that.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Cadran mosaic tiles. Very pesantic. Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. Like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking. The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good morning. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Let's try the password for the production schedule.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Afterlife, death.
Good. I've unlocked the production schedule. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament.
Really? She just used the same password? Maybe those radio computer guys aren't that paranoid after all.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. With a quiet determination, the printer starts printing, a piece of paper unfolding like a handheld fan. A black crisscross of letters covers its surface.
Read the printout.
It's a project report written by the lead producer, Andrew Andy Schott, about Whirl Untethered, a radio game developed by Studio Fortress Accident. The first few pages give an overview of the capital and workforce, while the rest of it seems to be a production schedule.
Read about capital. I want to know about money.
In its short time of existence, Fortress Accident SCA managed to burn through truly insane amounts of money. The first tranche of seed financing brought in 150,000
Wow.
Riyal, but then came the delays. Eventually, the damage reached 400,000 Riyal, with only half of the game finished. 400,000 Riyal? You're my yo. These guys knew how to party.
Gosh, where did they get all this money?
Let's just say it was a real adventure for their Igaunian investor.
Read about the workforce, who worked there, how long.
Fortress Accident employed 18 people, the bulk of the team composed of writers and concept artists. There were also radio programmers, sound engineers, a CEO, 2 marketing experts, and a single overburdened producer who developed a habit of popping Pyrrolidon in the basement to escape his obligations. But on the other hand, their obligations were piling up at an inhumane rate, a rate that could only be amended by Pyrrolidon.
Pyrrolidon.
Why did Fortress Accident have so many concept artists?
Wait, why did a radio game need so many artists?
It didn't.
It didn't need so many concept artists.
No, definitely not. A few more producers could have come in handy though, especially when dealing with writers, some of whom routinely skipped work because of mental health issues and extremely unprofessional sleep schedules. One of them even managed to steal some valuable company property before skipping town for good.
Skim through the production schedule, whatever it is.
The production schedule depicts their glorious descent into bankruptcy.
Because of the concept artists.
Not the concept artists. It wasn't even the writers. With their panic attacks and 3-hour lunches, it was impossible not to fail. The project was too large, and no amount of money could satiate the ever-expanding ambitions of the development team. They tried to make a 4 million Rial game with 400,000 in their bank account. They thought they could bridge the gap with pure willpower and imagination. They couldn't.
So they were done in by their own ambition.
No. Even then, success remained within an ever-narrowing margin of possibility that, despite everything, never entirely disappeared. That is, until they discovered the Valley of the Heads.
The what?
At the 11th hour, the lead designer, Jimsk-born Suliswav Jalisa, decided that what Whirl Untethered needed was a secret mystical location at the extreme edge of the map. This place was to be the Valley of the Heads, where the heads of all the headless constructs could be found. The player would have been able to choose a head for their headless party member, and each head would have been voiced on air by a professional actor.
How many heads were there?
So many. The last count, there were approximately 10,000 heads for 10,000 headless men. all of which could be endlessly recombined.
How many combinations could you make out of that?
Do you really want to know? There seems to be a calculation here, but it may take a while.
Yeah, how bad could it be? Smart ass. Smart ass brain. I asked. Oh shit. Keep going.
The lieutenant taps his foot impatiently, his arms folded tight against his chest. He's dying for a cigarette. Come to think of it, you are too.
Keep going.
What if you broke the radio computer? What if it's never going to stop?
Just let the numbers wash over you.
And that's it.
Okay, so that's what did them in?
Well, yeah, that and the catastrophic data loss.
This must be the anomaly sooner mentioned in the church log.
On the nature of the data loss, there's ominously little information in the production log. It comes at the very end, where things get fuzzy and dark, where tables and numbers seem to vanish into an eerie nothingness, before the Egonian investors pulled the plug. What is clear is that one day, an unidentified numeric anomaly occurred on the East Insulindian Lintel front, just as the World Untethered project was being compiled that day.
Numeric anomaly. And the anomaly caused all the data to get lost in the air.
When the project was returned, it was completely blank. The team spent weeks on the phone with Lintel, the service provider, but despite their diagnostics, they could never produce a satisfactory explanation or pay for the loss.
Wasn't there a copy of the game, a backup?
Mysteriously enough, it seems that the off-site copy happened to be on-site when the catastrophic data loss occurred. It was the lead programmer's responsibility to oversee weekly maintenance of the off-site copy and, well, keep it off-site. An explanatory note from the lead programmer has been attached.
What does it say?
S. Lukanen Kilda, the lead programmer of Fortress
That's
Accident.
the woman.
The off-site copy was on-site because there was no off-site anymore. Not for me, not after 8 months of crunch.
So she fucked up. Well, she was so busy crunching that she stopped doing an off-site copy.
I didn't have a home anymore, so I started keeping it in the basement in the ice bear refrigerator near where I went to sleep. It was perfectly safe there. The temperature conditions were optimal.
It's not very convincing, is it?
Her former colleagues would agree with you.
Is there anything else from this lead programmer?
The production schedule ends with a few random notes that seem to be added sometime later.
Read the notes at the end.
4 months later, by an unknown author. I am the only one left, and it's gotten rather damp here. A few other businesses have gone under, too. Slipstream switched to making skis, and the hairdressers just left, cursing Martinez. They're right, though. Something's seriously wrong with this place. Martinez, all of it. Still haven't got an answer from Lintel about what happened. All I could get were the physical coordinates of the error on the East Insulindian front on that day. Since the computation happened on air, I reckoned it had to coincide with an actually existing location. I have compared the coordinates to a map of Revachol West. Turns out it's only 800 meters from here. The address is Saint-Brun 1147. I am going there to look this thing in the eye. Saint-Brun 1147? That's what the street sign next to the church said.
Tear off the printout and throw it away.
Tiles on the cube are still smouldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys shine on the keyboard. The filament slides out of its glowing nest.
I think I found that filament. That's the production schedule. I think I sold the other filament, though. That would have been the backup. Can I buy things back from Roy that I sell to him? Or is it gone forever? Shit. I knew I'm not supposed to sell things in adventure games. Alright.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
I have more questions about this building.
I'm listening.
No, I don't actually have any more.
Good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Want to leave? I don't have much in the way of alcohol left, do I? I'm running low on drugs. Alright, so what was her skill check needing again?
Oh, it's you
Shivers.
again.
I actually got pretty strong shiver bonuses. +3 from my boosts. Got 7. A lot of it's based on what I'm wearing, right? So let's see here. I don't have any shivers. Oh, there's a +1 to my shivers. There's another +1 to shivers. There's another +1 to shivers. Here, let me just dress in my clothes so when I interrogate you, you're more intimidated.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
Alright, guys, give me a +1 to physique, please, just to make sure we can ask her why her business hasn't failed. That request is going out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. It's a +1 to physique and -1 to something else. Sweet. Let's do this.
A gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Oi, Nia. The curse is real, and I figured out why it has spared you.
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This isn't technically the doomed commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guelain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. You're in the chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
Wait. It has a different address in the heart of the city.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Rest assured, no psychic attacks will reach you here. What?
Do you know what this is?
A lucky charm, the Simone's ward.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just a jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world that you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You've made it nice and cozy, yeah?
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending or an entirely different world. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
Cool. We earned a thought. The precarious world. All red checks fail? Seems like the point of this game is victory, the absence of defeat in all fronts. Victory in business ventures and creative undertakings, victory in love and over other people, political victory, ideological victory, hell, even sexual victory. Definitely a lot of object-based victories too. Having things and not losing them. One problem though, not a lot of victors in sight. Everyone's mostly losing. Why is that? And how do you not lose? Well, this has my curiosity for sure. Alright, we can't do any red checks right now for 4 hours. It's actually kind of worth looking at. I appreciate having that. Oh shit, what? So, this isn't the first time I've heard something about floorboards. But I don't know how to do anything with floorboards. You know what I mean? Because like that one place said look under the floorboards, and I'm like, well, how do I look under floorboards? You know? Anyway.
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to lift that. I'm not very strong at all. It's possible I'm missing an item for sure.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Okay, I need my encyclopedia to be up now. Conceptualization not bad. What did I improve here? Logic? Just for book reading. I need my book reading clothes.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular sword-wielding. A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
I want to buy these things, but they are still a little pricey for what I have in terms of money, and I don't know that I have a direct reason to buy them.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Already bought one book from here.
Shelves full of biographies of famous people. This bookstore. Several the maps look old.
I'm sorry, officer. They're quite valuable. Yes, yes. Are you interested or not?
Shelves full of.
What's on this one though? Oh, nothing. Okay, so there's the Book of Innocence. There's a board game.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by.
If you say so, but you better stay away from those immoral occult rituals.
Alright, we bought a role-playing game. A high pastoral fantastique populaire board game illustrated with bucolic vistas and featuring odd-looking humanoid questions. It's a 3rd edition mega setting supplements module and can't be played without the main game.
Large letters on the front form a title. Wirral. The colorful box is illustrated with bucolic vistas. The cover art also features odd-looking humanoids. Some short, some taller, some with pointy ears, others with ephemeral wings. Text underneath the title in smaller typeface reads, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements module. The side panel adds a sword and sorcery adventure board game with new maps and miniatures. Mysterious things rattle inside. What could they be? Dice? Plastic miniatures? A fantastical alternate world full of magic and wonder? None of that witless man from Heimdall, fascist dross, hidden behind faux realistic allegory. Wirral is no cliché-ridden apologia for colonial violence. Wirral is pure imagination.
Yeah.
Yes, the Wirral setting is known for its complicated system of political alignments. But if you're not into that, you can just hack your way through dungeons
too much dong
in
talk?
search of loot. That's what most people do.
Hey, Mojo Beau, thanks for the follow. Look at the back.
A blurb on the back reads, tired of the tedium and toil of modern life? Escape to Wirral. Leave behind e-solas and nations with their petty squabbles. Discard electricity, magnets, and boring technological widgets. Succumb to a world of high pastoral fantastique. Unleash your imagination and create an adventure of endless possibilities. Discover the terrible secret threatening Wirral. Can your band of adventurers save the world?
Yes, we're ready to take on this challenge.
Exactly. That's the spirit. All you have to do is read an intricate rulebook, study an assortment of maps, unfold the illustrated game board, and start rolling dice.
This could help us find the cocaine skull.
In no time, You could be romping through grasslands with low-level characters, hunted by Iskala riders, or battling unspeakable monsters in endless dungeons fraught with danger and despair, conjuring up forceful magics to aid your quest. Don't forget heated arguments escalating to physical confrontation with your friends.
Yeah.
And beer. Lots of beer. And most importantly, never forget to rage quit if the dice don't go your way.
Hey, Tanner Goodman. Open the box.
You pry open the box. Inside you find a folded up map, a small booklet, a 24-sided die, and a little plastic figurine.
Anything about the cocaine skull? Let me look at the map first.
A reprint of a crude hand-drawn map. The top left corner reads, Lands of Wirral. The map features both small villages and mid-sized towns with odd names, in addition to meadows, forests, hills, lakes and seas, also with odd names. It doesn't seem to correspond with anything you've seen thus far. It's not a very helpful map.
Look at the booklet.
A quick guide to the magical races of Wirral. Create your own hero, choosing from any of these completely unique and fantastical backgrounds. The options are in order of importance. The Welkin, the Tweog, the humans, the fairy folk, and the pygmies. The Welkin, tall, lithe, and graceful, with long flowing hair and pointy ears. They're known for being powerful magic users, but can also hold their own in a brawn-driven fight. The Welkin come with a variety of exciting sub-races. High Welkin, Forest Welkin, Lake Welkin, and Snow Welkin. But if you're not feeling experimental, a basic Welkin will always do. A grand race of industrious mountain people. They're short, stout, and muscular, and enjoy digging for gold and other precious minerals. They're also well versed in the art of combat, where they prefer to use axes and hammers. The Tweog also come in a few different sub-races. Hill Tweog, Shield Tweog, and Dark Tweog.
Read about the humans.
They're just humans. What else is there to tell? They're average in all stats, and jacks of all trades.
What about the fairy folk?
A very small race of flying people, known for being mischievous, full of trickery. They often lure people into their magical traps. There are no sub-races for the fairies.
What about the pygmies?
The least popular of the Wirral races, the pygmies, are short, rotund, and dim-witted. Pygmies live in small villages made of shoddy wooden dwellings. They spend most of their days tilling the earth and smoking their pipes. There are no sub-races for the pygmies.
Look at the die.
It's made from some sort of wood and has been decorated with peculiar plant motifs. You don't know much about dice, but this one looks pretty damn fancy.
Take the die.
You place the die into your pocket. It's always good to have luck on your side.
What about the figurine?
You see a man in ragged clothes wearing a lopsided hat and wielding some sort of a firearm.
Huh, interesting. A communard.
That doesn't sound very Wirral-like.
It is not. The communards are not a part of the game setting. I guess someone misplaced it during the packaging process.
Does this mean we can't play?
I have a feeling the figurines are more there to set the scene than anything else.
Take the figurine.
You pick the figurine up by the base to meet your gaze. The little plastic man stares back at you, his face contorted into a disturbing shout. Then you pocket it. A colorful box with the title Wirral in bold letters. It's a board game.
I want to buy all the items in here. Get the map tab in the journal to see which white checks have opened. Oh, did some white checks open as a result of this? Where's my map again? Oh, it's in this area. A great many of them look open. Very few are actually not open at the moment. I still gotta go out and make more money. I didn't make a lot of money.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are...
I may need to buy more cigarettes. I need money for drugs. I'm running low on speed, alcohol, and... I thought I bought a new pack of cigarettes. Didn't I buy some Astras off the guy? Oh, but then I reloaded my game and never bought the smokes.
A small mountain of colorful board games.
Wonderful choice, sir. A whole...
So this is the new figure.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. The exact location and time period are left deliberately vague, but it's clearly meant to represent the economic relationship between the Revacholian suzerainty and its many vassals.
Wait a second, can I rob this place? Like, when everyone goes away, the front door here gets locked, but I have access to the back room. Not that I want to, but one wonders.
The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions.
I'm gonna leave it perfect and undisturbed for now.
Good thinking. It could be a collectible someday.
I keep trying to do like shady things, but then it doesn't work out. I'm sure that door is gonna be locked at night, probably. Alright, what should I get up to next?
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier. More old bullet holes, half a century at least, from the Revolution. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow. Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there?
Oh man, I started feeling really bad for a second.
Might be the after effects of your past escapades. What are you looking at?
These bullet holes look like the bullet holes we saw before.
Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the Revolution.
Man, how many people got shot during that revolution?
Plenty.
The streets ran red with blood. Dust swirled above the ruins. The pressure change from artillery fire ripped people apart in the top floors of the building above you.
Jeez. I wonder who lives here. We held this door open.
The door is closed again. Nothing to do here anymore. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Whoever lives here must be back home. The door is closed. You hear...
I can't bother them, can I? Let's go to apartment 20. So yeah, that handsome man that I was intrigued by lives in apartment 20. You put sunglasses on the D1, on the D20 that rolled a 1. Oh, someone watching me, huh?
A weathered brown door. The number reads
Oh
20.
no, it's a different apartment.
Something smells good. Soup allons yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Hold on, Kim. We should discuss this before we move on. What should we expect?
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear light footsteps passing by the door and some folk music playing on the radio.
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, the deceased is the husband of Billy Méjean. We need to confirm this, as well as deliver the death notification to Billy herself. Now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. There's a reason why it's often called the most stressful part of our job. This is why it's usually done in pairs. You got this. I'll be monitoring reactions, ready to act if necessary.
Do you have any advice on how to tell he's
dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice.
What if I don't want to do this?
Yes, it's hard. But there is no easy way to handle this information. It just has to happen, as soon as possible.
Alright, I think I'm ready.
The lieutenant motions towards the door.
Alright, well hang on, we gotta get dressed for the occasion. Probably gonna need some empathy clothes. Inland Empire. Inland Empire is not bad. Certainly better than Shivers and Physical Instrument. Man, everything is bad for psychic stuff. So I have -1 to suggestion off something, so that's definitely gotta go. Yeah, this shirt definitely gotta go. What shirt should I wear? Damn, all the shirts are so bad for psychic stuff. Great time for fuck the world jacket. That's for undercover workshop. We need perception. Sometimes you have to read people. Yeah, -1 authority is okay. Oh, +1 empathy, great. So we just need a good shirt. I guess I'll just go with something basic here. Like a tank top. Ugh, it looks so gross. There we go. Okay. Oh, we're maxed out on empathy, are we? Crazy. Alright, let's just go. We'll quick save.
A weathered brown door. The number reads 20. Something smells good. Soup allons, yo. The lieutenant motions to you to go ahead and knock. This is the door. You already know it's the right door. This is going to be so hard. Get yourself together. It's just police work.
Knock. Hello, who is it?
And someone turns down the radio.
Is this Billy Majon's home? This is the police. Please open the door.
Tidying up. Nervously. There's fear in her voice.
Not a voice acted. Suspicious. Maybe they tried to kill him on purpose or something, you know? I don't know. We have to find out. Empty pack of red Astra cigarettes hidden under the bed. Same brand of cigarettes you found in the trash next to the seats. Windows covered in old newspaper clippings. Can't they afford curtains? Packages of humanitarian aid macaronis. Some leftovers kept warm on a stovetop. Smells like buckwheat and onions here. Chalk drawn height chart for children's growth over the years. 2 separate beds. Textbook for high school, mathematics, trigonometry, mostly for kids. For the kids. Posters, contemporary pop stars on the wall. This is the kids' room. Clock sticking away with an odd cheerfulness.
It's you from the book stand. Did you come to bring my cockatoo back? I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink? Tea? Lemonade? We're out of coffee.
Damn it.
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses and is busy cleaning them in his handkerchief for now. You're on your own here. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Thanks, but I'm alright.
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what. No, this is something much worse. Is he in a hospital? How bad is it?
How about some small talk before you break the news?
Whew. So, how have you been?
How have I been? You're not here to discuss me. What is this about, officer?
Can't write a scene without knowing the actors. Ask more. Get comfortable around her.
You live here with Victor, your husband, right?
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have 2 daughters, Jenny and Jolie.
How old are your daughters?
Jolie is 16 and Jenny is turning 18 next month.
And where is everybody? I don't see anyone home.
The girls are staying at their friend's place tonight. And Victor is out.
She swallows visibly.
He still hasn't come home.
No. Why? Do you have any news?
To your knowledge, did he make it to the library?
No. I guess I'll find out when he decides to come back home. It shouldn't be long from now.
What was the
He's
name
never
of...
gone for more than a few days.
What was the name of the library?
Oh, it's in Jamrock. The one at Mayro Street. I don't know the official name.
Central Jamrock Public Library?
I think, yes, if that's the one on Mayro.
It is.
What was he supposed to do in the library?
Just to return a book of mine? Why? Why all those questions, Detective? Did he...
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
Was it The Glinting Curve by M. Thibault?
Yes.
Remind me again, what was he wearing when you last saw him?
His old leather jacket.
Can you describe it?
It's just your average brown leather jacket, but he bought it as a teenager, so...
It reminded him of his teenage years.
What about the inner lining?
Yes. The lining is hand-sewn, it's blue. I tried to make the thing more weatherproof since he's running around with it in the middle of winter.
There's something else I have to tell you.
She folds her hands across her chest. Here it comes.
Alright, I don't need a boost because I think this is the max here. Oh, too much small talk? I actually got a -1 for too much small talk. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Tell her about the dead body.
I don't want to.
Wait, what? I rolled a 24. And I failed anyways. Oh, this game was constantly fucking with me, man. Wait, what?
There has been enough pain.
But we have to.
I don't want to do this.
Stupid, stupid. Just say it.
Say what?
Oh, shit. Yeah, Lyle Schnub, good call.
Officer.
Too late. You ruined it. Just say it now.
Your husband's dead.
Excuse me? What? What did you say?
She's in pain. She's in so much pain. And so are you. Your chest is burning.
We are very sorry to inform you, but your husband, Victor Méjean, was found dead this morning on the Martinez boardwalk.
Oh. Oh. But he was just...
He was just here. Alive.
I understand that this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions. We are very sorry for your loss, man.
Damn it, I'm so mad. I was gonna get this. I was like super... It was a red check. I failed to notice.
What happened to him? Tell me.
He fell and smashed his head against a bench.
And you just... found him there? Lying in the cold? How long had he been there?
For a few days at least.
She doesn't reply. Her eyes well up with tears as she struggles to keep it together. You hear the clock ticking in the children's room.
Is there anyone we could call for you? A friend, a family member, someone who could be here for you?
No. I just need to tell my girls.
It burns like acid. Unreal.
God, should I call them? Should I tell them to come home?
Smack your lips. Yes.
All right. I'll call them. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he? Can I see him?
For God's sake, lie.
For God's sake, lie. I don't know where they go. Is that the lie? Or is he in the morgue? I don't know where they go.
No, I meant where is his body?
He was taken to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral. Here's his number, in case you want to contact him earlier. Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still a bit
Alright, that's it then.
Again, if there's anything we could do for you, then don't hesitate to call the RCM, ma'am.
She just nods, distant and inconsolable. The bed springs rattle beneath her as she begins to shake.
I'll take it from here. Thank you.
We should step outside and talk.
Oh man. I'm sad I failed that check though. Frick. So lame. That thought better be worth it.
So, the death notification.
He's avoiding your gaze. This is the time to say how sorry you are about how things went.
I'm sorry, I know I fucked up.
It's alright, don't worry about it. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day, and let them know the name of the deceased.
What about Billy and the kids?
There's not much we can do for them anymore, I'm afraid.
They have to. It's not your place to live their lives.
So that's it?
That's it. We should get back to our case. There's
Right.
nothing more we can do here.
Let's try to get back to it then.
And, officer, I've seen worse. This wasn't the worst I've seen, okay? Now let's go.
I really have, he thinks. She was strong. She made it easy for us.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, that's nice. I never really investigate a lot of these other apartments. Can we still go in here?
This door is made of metal and appears to be...
Nah, I don't really have anything I need from that guy, so... Alright, let's look out over the realm. See what else we got here on the to-do list. So I think I'm probably going to just sing the karaoke tonight. I was like waiting for an opportunity, but I think maybe there's going to be more. So I kind of want to get this done because it sounds like we're going to be able to potentially make a nightclub in the church. Yeah, this really screwed me. All red checks fail. This better be worth it. Maybe I'll get a bonus to red checks after it, hopefully. Alright. If I go back to my list here, but still haven't figured that out. Secret passage, I still haven't figured out. Kuno just still seems to be where this information is. Oh. Yeah, we can still go to the scab leader about the tattoos. Locate a working firearm that shoots 4.46 ammo. Damn, I'm eating too many chips. This scene brought you to legit tears when you played it. I mean, it's not many opportunities you get when you play video games to simulate letting someone know their family member died. That looks like the Feld Electrical Building. It's curious that they'd have a piece of art with it. And, like, for the game. You know what I mean? Like, if it wasn't important. Oh, oops, wrong way. Well, these guys are back. Yeah, it requires a legendary composure. Okay, so how many minuses to composure?
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles. The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
Alright, so let's try this skill check again. Through the Bool in the Sea. I'm going to ask you guys for a bit of a boost here, alright? To motorics, and you can -1 to something else, alright? So that is going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. I need to practice keeping that finger only up without holding the other ones. Ugh. Nice, thank you. Alright, we got a good shot at this. What was it about this old soldier that makes him so proud?
As Rene turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Let me look at the cross.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
Look at the sun.
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
Croix de Bravoure and the setting sun. Did you get them for?
For bravery.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
Not for killing babies or... That's what I was going to say. Bravery.
I'm sure, but I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
No, it really wasn't. I'm just asking.
Honor is everything to me.
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
So what did you get the medals for?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Saved a princeling.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Must have been a bloodbath. Blood path?
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
It's painful to even think about. Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
Okay, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolles Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
It's no dink, that's a fighter.
So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the joyless freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun. For distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest, Rene.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drisant. 2 days later that was. And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Hold on. You're just a little bit proud of Rene's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Rene himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
What do I think of his story? Well, I think it's quite impressive. You know, I don't agree with all of it, or I'm not into all of it, but he did carry him on his back for 3 days. quite impressive. It's men like Renee who made Revachol great once.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't hand this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Thanks for the story, Renee.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Damn it! Stupid red checks everywhere in the world. Thank you for your time. Now, if I come back, do I still get
Vigilance.
it? Okay, cool. At least that one doesn't go away. I got 2 hours. I need to, like, go read some stuff or something. Okay, let's go talk to the cryptozoologist's wife. All red checks fail automatically. What kind of a thing is that?
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically a cryptozoologist now. I'm basically a cryptozoologist now.
I knew it.
I'm not surprised. It's already getting out of hand.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mesk in origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the
look at that.
cryptozoological community.
Yeah.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
You never told me you've seen the phasmid.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
But darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden...
Wait, where was this and how old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
Hey, Raxo. I mean, I don't really know what quest I'm on. I'm on day 4.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
You know, very non-linear. I'm doing lots of different things. Right now we're talking about the cryptids. Or the phasmids. What happened?
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
There, Coach Young 58, you've got yourself a sub to my channel thanks to Hans Sanitizer.
The way it
Thank you,
moved,
Hans.
the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
You were on a date.
Our first, yes.
The glance is tender, yes, but tempered by something else. A thought she can't express, even to him. Interesting.
Maybe she said it to impress him, and it's not true. Its limbs are white.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
How big was it?
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
Maybe you imagined it, Lena.
How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
So she couldn't have made it up, or imagined it.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
Well, why are we looking for one out here in the cold, then?
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
I'd really like to hear more about cryptids.
You know, to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids.
Of course, officers. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about?
Is this bird a cryptid?
No. It's the cryptid.
Wow, the cryptid.
Oh, yes.
Okay, what was this bird?
The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500 years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
Until it was cited by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
This renown seems a bit dubious. Your own catalogue comes up completely empty. But, of course, you are not all-knowing.
I need to hear about this sighting.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm.
Okay, and Uamaro is?
The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert. An ancient riverbed completely dried up.
What happened?
Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird, it seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
Eat the bird. Uwe. It's the only way to survive.
I understand. He started hunting it.
Yes, a bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist. Then the teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand. Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird.
Why?
The bird was controlling his mind. It kept him from approaching. He could step back, but every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uwe spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
An 8-eyed mind-controlling bird? Fuck yes.
Absolutely, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrau is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade, latest.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
He's sincere. He likes the audacity of it.
So, that was the last anyone saw of it?
Sadly, yes. But there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Ilmara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Not really. It's just stylization. The way they drew eyes. It's not a zoological drawing.
Very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking that man is into cryptids. So, what else do you want to know?
What's the tiniest cryptid?
Cryobacter catlensis.
Cryobacter catlensis.
Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago.
What's so special about it?
Bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study. No doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
Wait, she injected herself with it?
Yes, the bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
You mean there is an immortal geologist wandering the world? She wanted to record the Twilight proceedings?
Yes, and she's quite mad, too. After she treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped aging, but also became increasingly eccentric and irascible, so that even her oldest friends were forced to pull away. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis coursing through her bloodstream.
Yeah, these people are not smarmy. Are there any invisible cryptids?
What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them.
Shush, Kim, she's gonna tell me about the invisible cryptid. What is it?
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua.
Col de Mama d'Aqua.
Its name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Col de Mama d'Aqua can also be translated as a whisper, light and low.
So see, doing this is worth it for two reasons. If anyone is listening to this and going like, why? It's killing time for my thought cabinet, because I don't want to do red checks, so it's progressing time. And whenever this encyclopedia comes up, I get 2 real, which is nothing to sneeze at. It adds up. Could it be here? Right now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Maybe it's predatory.
What if it's predatory?
It's not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
A whisper, light and low.
Yes, that's another translation. They're both quite lovely, aren't they? Although the low part is a little ironic. The Col de Mama d'Aqua makes, or rather is, such a high-pitched sound that other animals, including humans, can't hear it. It could be everywhere all of the time, and we wouldn't know.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Oh. What evidence is there of this animal being a sound?
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 1920s, a group of Areopagite ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds.
Just nod eagerly.
The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest-pitched bat calls. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coldamamadaqua, after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mamadaqua they followed individually.
Why is the Mamadaqua so afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction.
Extinction?
They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mamadaquas. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
Psst. They cancel each other out. Psst.
They cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her, a wending cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Coldamamadaqua population anywhere.
Of course, a common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Interesting. What about...
What about what?
This has been educational. Sadly, we must discuss something else.
Of course, dear.
You don't notice this about me, but actually, I have lost all memory of the world and myself, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
Surely things can't be that bad?
You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say.
Things aren't bad, they're catastrophic.
You know where we are, right?
We're in the Whirling and Rags cafeteria.
That's right. And where is the Whirling itself located?
In Revachol.
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
All I know is that Revachol used to be really cool in the 30s.
The new disco dancing. It seems like a lifetime ago. Much has changed, but it is still the most beautiful city in the world. A rare jewel set in the sand between the pines. Everyone says so, even foreigners. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Oh, sweet.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders. Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first Maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Democracy, dictatorship of the proletariat, fierce warriors who drive planes on steeds. They're governed by intelligent machines that perform calculations to determine the freest market. Radios are being used to control people's minds. Right. Some kind of democracy, maybe.
No, sadly not.
Oh.
Revachol is what's called a zone of control under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition.
Oh, right, right. That
We
seems
have
plain
no
to me.
government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Meaning, buying is voting.
If there's no government, how come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
So, how did I do?
You were doing quite well up until the end there. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
What was the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does it have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
Who could tell me more?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
Oh, I know.
But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
That's all for now, ma'am. Alright, so I actually got a new task that I probably could have gotten days ago. Get a reality lowdown. I think we do know a rich person, the Wild Pines representative.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
So I checked all the traps.
Good. Okay. And
one of them was empty.
Completely empty?
Yes, there was nothing in the trap. No locusts, no phasmid.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
She's engaging in a well-known self-deception called motivated reasoning. You should correct them.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the Reeds.
It's not very scientific to reason backward from a conclusion you want to be true.
I appreciate your concern, officer, but please leave this to the experts. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture.
You're jabbing at the soft underbelly of his psyche. He realizes he's gotten defensive.
Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently. Damn it, Lieutenant. Have you no intellectual curiosity?
My insulted morale? Shit. Develop an alternative theory about the missing locus. Alright, you guys want to give me a boost and help me out? I need a Motorix boost, please. Going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, a +1 to Motorix, and we'll see if we can't develop an alternative theory. I don't know why we get +2 Kuno's a hooligan to help with this. Oh, maybe I'm going to suggest he's the one that did it. Alright, here we go.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too. You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
I think a little hooligan called Kuno may have stolen the locusts.
A little hooligan? But what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
I'll talk to the little gremlin and see if I find it. If anything comes up.
Delinquents. My favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Oh, they're going to play suzerainty.
He hasn't been particularly forthcoming before. He may well still be hiding something. After he's left, it's too late.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, really, but I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of suzerainty today, though. We're gonna follow this through.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there. Disappointment.
I'll get going. Oh, I need to see about the suzerainty.
I really owe you one for getting us out of those reeds, officer. Finally got all that soot out of my hair. Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Oh, jeez.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook. Yellow man, might this be the owner of that mug you found in the trash? This is something to ask him about, after a little probing first.
Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
This man respects authority too much to see you for what you are. Pretend thou art a sober man.
I'm neither of those things, I can assure you. I'm a by-the-books, clean as a whistle, teetotaling officer. I'm not even tempted to touch intoxicants.
I've been tempted on occasion, but someone has to stay strong for Revacol.
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the Whirlingen rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Is this your mug?
My mug? Why would you think that?
His eyes widen at the sight of the mug. He's seen it before, all right.
You said yellow man. That's not something many people go around saying.
Really? I hear it all the time. All in jest, of course. No offense meant to anyone.
Just admit it, man. You put the mug in the trash container behind the whirling.
Maybe. Okay. Yes, I did. I know I shouldn't have, and I am very sorry, officer. You're not going to find me, are you?
Why would I find him? Man, the 250 real would really help me get that lamp. Oh, I am. For 250 real, the maximum.
Oh, God. 250? How am I gonna pay that? Okay. I'll work harder. I'll pay it off. I promise.
This is a considerable expense to him. 1 month's wage, most likely. It's, in a way, admirable how quickly he composes himself after such a blow. This man digs authority, even when it's bullying him.
And I'll never do it again. I don't know what got into me, really. Work has been stressful lately. Damn Koiko's price dumping us out of competition.
What did you do, Gary?
Nothing. Nothing. Just answering some questions. Helping out the law.
Here we go. Start pumping that sweet info.
How did you get into the trash container?
I know a guy who works with the trash collection services, CS Municipal. He gave me a master key for the trash containers of Martinez.
Why would you need to get into everyone's trash?
So I can use the Whirling's trash compactor to store my own stuff. Garbage disposal is expensive as hell. The damn Hemians run it like a mob. I'm sorry, okay? I thought I could cut costs. I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have disgraced myself.
Disgraced? No need for the histrionic, sir. It was, after all, just a trash container.
He studies his reaction. Gary doesn't answer.
Gary, did you put the clothes of a murder victim, the man who was hanged behind the Whirlingen rags, into that trash container?
Officer, please. Let me explain. It's not like that.
Do.
I was only cleaning up. I live right across the yard from where he was hanged, and I saw him stripped naked. All the clothes lying around in the yard, smelling. People are animals, you know?
Yes. What happened?
Then I came out to clean up the rags because no one else would. I put them into the Whirling's trash, along with a broken mug, admittedly. Okay, I was coming to throw the mug away, and, well, I threw the mug there and the clothes too.
Right, it was just civic duty.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. Civic duty.
As he shifts uncomfortably, a series of clicks, like the clinking of glass beads against one another as they roll across a hardwood floor. You've heard this sound before, but where?
What's that strange sound?
What sound?
Don't mess with me. I think you know what I'm talking about.
I haven't the slightest. There's lots of weird sounds in a bar like this, though. Pinball, glasses clinking. Could be someone playing pinball.
Maybe it was pinball.
He's got the armor. You wouldn't know anything about the victim's missing armor, would you?
Armor? No. I mean, yes. Of course. I know he was wearing armor, but I don't know anything about it.
An infant could see he's not telling the truth, but he's too scared to admit more wrongdoing. There's something going on here. You should observe him more closely after this topic is concluded.
Let's move on for now.
I hope I could help your investigation, in my small way.
Don't be so relieved yet, Gary. This bad cop may have been in your apartment, admiring your mug collection. Perhaps a little intimidation?
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way, but I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
After all this time with Morel, he must have an opinion on cryptids. This could lead to a good one.
I'm into cryptids. Do you have a favorite?
Oh, yes, the burning rhino. Morel doubts he's real, but I don't much care, because I won't be the one looking for him out in Safra Serai.
What's the burning rhino?
A rhinoceros that looks ordinary during the day, but burns brightly by night. Well, at least the males do.
How do they burn?
They have special ducts just above their shoulder blades that secrete a combustible fluid. When the rhino is just beginning to light itself, it looks as though it has wings of fire.
But how is this combustible fluid lit?
How does the lighting of this fluid actually work?
The rhino starts running very fast to build heat, then stops, raises its head, and sparks fly from its neck, setting its back ablaze.
I want to be just like that rhino, running through the night with guns blazing.
We don't really do that around here.
Perhaps we should have more such decisive action in Revacol. You know, this city used to be a flaming rhino once. A long time ago.
Why only the males?
The flames are not just for decoration. They are an integral part of the beast's mating behavior.
How so?
During the burning rhino's mating season, herds of male rhinos, all aflame, encircle herds of female rhinos, forming a fiery ring as they begin to copulate loudly. Local peasants call it the passion ring. They fear the rhinos, as perhaps they should. Anyway.
The lieutenant sighs without looking up from his notes. It's clear the burning rhino is dear to him on many levels, some even spiritual.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
Do you remember how, when we met Measurehead and I said the next racist will be a really good one?
Yes.
Well, this is that racist.
Will you grant us 3 wishes, Gary?
Hey, man. All I meant was there are not many Sealites around here. I'm just stating a fact.
Do you have a problem with Sealites?
No. No problem at all.
I get a +1 from that red die. Interesting. +1 clinking sound. So, Gary, you live nearby, in an apartment in Martinez?
Sure do, officer.
His eyes narrow slightly. He's wondering where this is going.
You're a big man from Himdall fan.
How?
Oh, I saw that ridiculous poster in your apartment, along with all your other Colonius memorabilia.
But why were you in my apartment, officer?
Just doing Mr. Clare a small favor.
So you work for Everard Clare? Officer, please tell him we're good. No, tell him I'll make it up to him. What have I done? He'll send the muscle after me.
As he lowers his tone, he hunches his back.
Try not to shit yourself, Gary. It's just an open door.
What could it be about? I probably talked too loud. In the whirling. About some theories I had. Whatever it is, I'm done with it. I won't do it again. If there's anything I can do to assist you, or the Union, just ask, okay? I'll try to help if I can.
This scared him proper. He's positively melting from fear.
Yeah.
Has to prop himself up with a lot of anger to keep it together.
The weather vane has turned. He cannot be unturned.
He clearly liked his squirming. He may even have changed his mind about the whole door opening operation.
All right, perfect. Now, everyone, if you want to give me that last little bit of oomph to help me get this roll, I need a +1 to Motorix in 5 seconds. So please help me crack this guy's down and get his armor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. +1 to Motorix, please. And -1 to something else. You got a -1. Let me do that. Boom! 97%. Alright, here we go. Why is he shifting around like that? Analyze Gary's composure.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath it.
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
To think I was going to give you my suzerainty board game.
We're not detecting falsehood, sire. He's gearing up to admit the truth. This shame is surprisingly sincere.
Gary, what's going on?
I took the hangman's cuirass. I didn't mean to.
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once. Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation, officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles.
He's a loyal friend.
Give me that armor now.
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the dead man's boots comes into view. Soon it is in your hands, smelling of his sweat. But so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they'd scattered his clothes all over the yard. Everything was smelling. So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
We're detecting sincere contrition here, sire. He's not trying to flatter anyone.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Sealite officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
They were thoroughly conservative men, he realizes suddenly. It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Why did you lie to me, Gary?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you.
He's a scaredy cat.
Do you know who killed the hanged man?
I always thought it was the Union, but I sure as hell won't go around saying that anymore. You have my word. I don't know, and I won't be running my mouth on this subject anymore.
This is all he knows.
Are we done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again. I won't mess with Mr. Clare either. You have my word.
Thank you for your cooperation. Woo! We got a lot done there, it seemed like. Ugh. Oh, it's wearable, is it? Pain threshold, borrowed confidence, mania of invulnerability. Uh-oh. Let's try putting it on, see how I feel. Do anything? No. Alright. Sometimes when you put things on, other things happen. What we got here? Kind green 8-pin. Alright, well it's good to have a pen, because I lost my other pen. It definitely has a distinct look to it. This is also a new item. Does it do anything? No. Alright. Oh, hang on. That's fine. Alright. Alright, is there anything way I can still talk to him now?
Yes?
Nothing, leave.
Yes?
Man, alright, so we need Inland Empire. Let's get this sexy dark twist moving too. How much? I have +1 to Inland Empire. Okay. Okay, let's look for all of our Inland Empire buffs. Oh, there we go. Boom. Are those the only Inland Empire buffs I've got? Damn. Alright. I love how he was saying locals are often acting like vultures and that all that was him. Yeah, well, people project, man, right? Alright.
Yes?
Alright, we don't have a really good shot at this. But let's try our best. You guys want to try and give me a boost? Maybe we can get a good 50-50 on this. Alright, I need a boost to Psychic, please. Or Psyche. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 0. Go. +1 to empathy, -1 to whatever else. It's gonna be a 50-50 chance, so who knows? Oh shit! Oh, did I let more time elapse than I needed to? Oops. All right. Well, let's wait a minute then. Sorry, guys. I thought they're still counting down. So
Hey, was there something you needed?
Well, well. Bringing him that new bird sure made a difference in his attitude.
Okay, good boy. Alright. Wait. Actually, I think at this point we should try and fix that sink.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In
Interfacing right now. We have no bonuses yet. Alright, so I know I have some interfacing stuff here. That might be the only thing we have. Yeah, that's the only thing we have. All right, let's try and fix these. You guys want to try and give me
on the bathroom wall.
A boost
In
here?
it, your face. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
All right, +1 to Motorix. Let's give this a try, okay? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I don't know what happened last time. Oh, jeez. All the chips like fell out into the floor. I'm gonna have to sweep later. There we go. Alright, 72. Let's fix it.
The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely...
Well, that really didn't do much, but okay. Can I break into that door with something? I guess that's Kim's room. Interesting genre of music.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Can I ask about you, more about you, for the record?
Sure. Yeah?
What does that door lead to?
I have no idea, officer. All right. Not my favorite topic, but okay. How about we...
Alright, we gotta return to this later.
The same small, heavy door. No lock in sight.
What does this lead to?
I don't know, Lieutenant Yefreiter. It is not the first closed door we found in this building. There is also your mysterious blue kitchen door.
You think it's important?
I don't know. The further we get, the more this building seems to be tied to the case.
Below, the hostel cafeteria creaks and groans under your added weight. A skeleton of composite support beams and cantilevers.
Tap on the roof with your foot.
A dull thump. Somewhere inside, a wind brace rattles from the imperceptible motion of the building.
The vigilantes, the cadaver, and a number of people connected to the case are in or around this building. This door is part of it. It's not unimportant.
So maybe the door below is a mega investigation.
No, still a mini investigation.
Kick the door, 3% heroic. Alright, let me leave. I must have a number of physical instrument items by now. There's one. Alright, not looking very good. Oh, there's two. Oh, but that's a replacement, it's not... Now, so all I can do is I can drink and get a physique. You guys can give me one, but we're not going to get very far. I can put some skill points in there. Oh, I have -2 from thoughts. That's a rough one. Oh, it's temporary. 13 hours and 2 minutes? Wow, that's a long time. So we'll have to like do that tomorrow or something. Rough. This is the perfect thing to watch while I'm mowing lawns. Wow, really? It's actually probably time for me to hang it up. It's 1:40 in the morning here, so I have a work day tomorrow. So we're probably gonna have to call it there, unfortunately. I'm gonna get back downstairs though. Morning. Yeah, good morning. Just got home from work here. Well, it's time for me to go to bed. That's it for me today. I wish I would have gotten started earlier. I may try and get some more in tomorrow during tomorrow evening or something like that. I think if I get into anything else, it'll be like, no worries, take care. Yeah, sorry, you're just in a little too late. I've been streaming for like 5 or 6 hours though. I started at like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. It's a 6 hour stream. Time goes by so fast in this game. Like a conversation will be like 30 minutes. Piss off, fly. But we did make some progress. I don't think I'll learn anything new here.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
I'll try and find a key. Alright. Does this guy have anything more to say?
Hi again, Gendarme.
He's so different.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
It's a real page turner for sure. Yeah. I'm just gonna stop the stream in the main square, and then next time we can pick up on whatever thread we'll be doing next. But I just do want to see. So, like, we have stuff to do with the nightclub. We can try and get Suna out of the church and build the nightclub. Oh, shit.
Was that? Could it be the Col de Mama Dakwa? No, it's probably just your imagination ringing in your ear.
Is it? Is there a ringing?
There seems to be an extremely high-pitched ring. Ultrasonic. Lena said it was very high-pitched, right? It's like something tickles your ear. Lena also said that it couldn't be heard by any other animal, including humans. What you're hearing must just be a regular bird. Honestly, your ear isn't hearing a whole lot. The distant hum of the industrial harbor, the traffic. But, admittedly, there is a high-pitched noise somewhere there too. But then, isn't there always?
Listen closely first.
There it is again. You're about to rediscover a long-lost species. It must be very close. Maybe, just maybe, it will come toward you. Keep still. It might perch on your shoulder.
Hold very still and hope the bird comes to perch on your shoulder.
Oh no. The sound. It's moving away. Somewhere over there. Go after it. No. Too late. It's gone. There is no ringing anymore. Just the sound of the streets.
Now, come back, please.
Keep your ears peeled, then. If the species really has migrated to Martinez, you're sure to hear it again.
What the hell? You heard it, the mysterious Col de Mamadakwa. You're certain you did, but maybe not quite certain. Let's say you're hopeful. Oh, shit. Alright, so that aside, I will save the game there and call it an evening. Yeah, it was a fun session tonight. I'm glad I had a chance to play. I hopefully, you know, I don't wait too long. I kind of just, like, I'm just not sure how much more there is to play in this game. Like, am I close to finishing? I don't want anyone to tell me. But, you know, I really don't know where I'm at with how much longer there is. It certainly feels like I still have a lot of loose ends. But at the same time, I've, like, also, you know, like, found all there is to find all the maps. The map area seems to be fairly fully covered, so I can't imagine there's much more, but that electrical building probably has some significance at some point. So I noticed a door there. We must be getting close. But anyways, thank you so much everyone for hanging around and watching me stream this. Might be again tomorrow night. Maybe, if I'm up for it. If I'm tired, then I'm not going to do it. But I should be streaming again sometime soon, so thanks very much, Han Sanitizer, for gifting that sub today. Mojo Beau and Hambone TTV and Mab7426, the number 42. Thank you for your subscription. And and for following today, and TK Straw as well. So thanks all. Hope to see you again real soon. Have a great night. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.